Hi paper crafters, welcome to my studio. I'm Joanne Rogers and today we're going to make the quickest and prettiest gift ever. Let's get started. We're going to use some of the beautiful Meandering Meadows DSP. I'm going to show you all of them in just a moment, as well as these wonderful little embellishments. They're called adhesive-backed dragonflies and birds. At the time that I'm recording this video, which is November 8th of 2023, they're currently out of stock, but you're going to want to make note of them because they are really, really great. Okay, so this is beautiful designer series paper. Each one of them is a little work of art, and there's such gorgeous colors in here, and we're going to use them just as they are. We're going to cut them down to size. I want to show you how you can make just a beautiful card and then turn it into a gift to give somebody, either as a hostess gift, a Christmas gift, a thinking of you gift. There are so many different ways that you can use a gift like this, and you can share your joy of making cards. So I think I'm just going to pick one here, and maybe we'll do this yellow one. Okay, so we're going to use these. They have a great design. These were actually created smaller. So the artist actually created them smaller, and then they were blown up for us to use. So we're going to turn this into a quick card, our standard sized card. And I have just a piece of basic thick white that I've scored in half and I'm folding in half. I'm just going to crisp up that edge with my bone folder. And these are super, super quick to make. I'm also going to show you how you can quickly decorate an envelope, and we're just going to use a little piece of scrap paper for some greetings. Okay, so how do you want to cut this? So this is a regular size, and I'm going to cut this down, a standard A2 size, and I'm going to cut this down to fit right on front. It's going to be the entire focal point of our card. Now, each one of these has a different scene, and you have to look at the scene and figure out what you like the best. On this particular one, I like that this part here. This part is really the focal point for me, and I like that there's that tree there. If we cut it off here, it looks just a little bit incomplete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off something like this, but I'm going to turn my card. So I think that this makes a great landscape card as opposed to a portrait-sized card. This one here, for instance, might make a better portrait-sized card. So each one of them, you're going to take a look at and decide what you like the best. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut off the top. I'm going to cut off the largest piece first. So from top to bottom, I know I need a piece that's going to be 4 inches that's going to fit on here. So I'm just going to put it right at the 4-inch sides, and I'm going to cut it. And then on the back, I have this green that might just come in handy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down so that it fits lengthwise, which is going to be my 5 1/4. So if I were to go to 5 1/4 right now, here's what I would get. I would get a card that looks like that. And actually, I'm quite happy with that card. So I am just going to cut that off just like that. And we have that piece to use for something else. So on this particular one, this is super quick. We are going to just glue that right down on top of our card. Not a lot of embellishments on this one, this card either. And that's going to go straight down on top. When you use your liquid glue, you're able to move it around and get it nicely centered. Then what we're going to do is we are just going to do some words. And so I've pulled out the Wonderful Thoughts words and the Wonderful Thoughts dies. Now these are wonderful. They really are. The name is great because there are so many different greetings in here. But what makes them extra special is that they have a die that will go right over top. So what I've done, here's a quick tip for you. I've taken my Wonderful Thoughts dies and I've laid them in the same order that they are on the stamp set so that I can always find, if I'm going to be using the You Can Do Amazing Things, that it's going to be over here. Okay. So just a quick tip for you. So what I've used for this one, I've pulled out the congratulations, and I'm going to need the congratulations die as well. I'm going to stamp this on top of my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I'm going to use my Granny Apple Green. There are so many beautiful colors in this paper. There's Granny Apple Green, there's Blueberry Bushel, Highland Heather. I think that there is Garden Green, there's Daffodil Delight. There are so many beautiful colors. I'm sure that you're going to have one of the colors. So then I'm just going to take my die and I'm going to put it right over top, and I've got a little piece of masking tape, a little bit of low tack masking tape, and I use these over and over again, and that's going to go right over top. So I'm done with my Stampin' Pierce mat, so that's going to go out of the way. I'm going to pull in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I'm just going to run this through. So this is really great. If you are going and you only have a small item to cut, this one will do the trick really quickly right at your workstation. You don't even have to walk away. So there's our greeting. And I already have one here where I've put some of the mini dimensionals on the back. So I'm just going to take the backings off of that. And I'm going to decide where I'm going to place it. Now I could place it right up top, but I sort of like that it's going over top here, and it seems to go really well with the colors. I'm just going to place that down. And then I'm going to take one of the little embellishments here, the little flowers. I think I'm going to take this guy right here. Now these are really, really fine. They're a little bit like, to think about how that bird needs to fly. I think it needs to fly that way. These are a little bit like our brushed brass butterflies. Okay, so that's your card. So super quick. You can make a bunch of these in a really quick time. And I've done that. I have three other ones here, but I almost forgot. We want to add to our envelope. So this is just our regular envelope. Now the piece that we cut off is a little bit too small for the flap. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to take this piece and I'm going to glue it right onto the envelope. It just decorates it up a little bit so that you have a perfectly coordinated card. So just put that down. Oops, making sure, oh yeah, it is going the right way. Place that down here. And there you have a matched card. So I have a congratulations, I have a thinking of you, I have a you can do amazing things. So you can see that I did just a tiny little difference on that one. So I took the Country Bouquet punch and I punched out the two of the hearts. Here's the large heart just in behind the words. And here it is on this one, the small heart, just off to the side of the words. So it doesn't take very, very long. So I'm going to take all of these guys with the envelopes, pop them into a clear cello bag, close it up, and then we're just going to take a piece of ribbon and we're going to go all the way around and we're going to tie a bow underneath the thinking of you. And all it does is dress this up just that little bit more so that you have a gift. Now, if you wanted to put a gift tag on there, you could. I sort of like the look of just the ribbon by itself. Go, and I'm just going to trim that off. But that is probably the quickest gift you're going to make. I think I made the 3 previous cards in about 12 minutes. So it doesn't take very long and you've got a great gift. It's just a wonderful way to say thank you. I hope you enjoyed that project. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and head on over to my site at www.designwithjo.ca and sign up and get on my newsletter where I share all kinds of tips and tricks and things like this every week. Thanks very much. Have a great paper crafting day. Bye-bye.